Just when I thought I couldn't find my way out, yeah, I searched the God in me to find my way out. I know it can seem way out, but the Creator flows to and through me from way out. I'm talking way out, yeah, yeah, yeah. See, if you believe in the God in you, it's a better place. Creating the force and the power to live a better. Just know that love and joy and peace is one in all of the same space. That you were chosen just like God. Your energy. That's right. Only you can make the change. Shine your head at you. Shine so bright from darkness to light. From darkness to light. Yeah. And you'll find your way out. Yeah. Oh, it won't seem way out. Yeah. The power of God will flow through you from way out.
Welcome back again. This is DJ Genesis, and I am your host of Alchemizing Energy. So today, the second show we're about to do is we're going to talk about the attack on this beautiful couple right here called T3andMe. So they decided to do an eco village in Africa, in Tanzania, and the backlash that they have been getting. Now, I've interviewed them prior to today, and I've gotten to hear the whole story, and I think it's really sad. I for one, I'm a person that helps a lot of people, and I think it's really, really sad when you have the best of intentions and people, just take the winds up out of your sails. They had the idea for an eco village. They were trying to help people to get land and stuff like that, and go to like Tanzania, and they had 78 acres they were willing to bring people over and build on that land. And they receive so much hatred and vitriol for what they're doing. And here's the question. My question is at what point, and I used to be one of the people that, as a Pan-Africanist that had ideas and dreams of just, getting like some acres and building on it, bringing people together and this, that, the other, but it's sad when, you have the greatest of intentions, right? And things get destroyed. I mean, people have seen it with me with carbonation. All the people that had left carbonation, I was trying to help them out, and nobody gave a shit about like how I felt. It was like, you know what? I still was the bad guy. Sometime when you go to try to help people, and especially when you do it for free, because the problem what they were doing is that they were doing everything for free, for the love. And honey, got their ASSs handed to them. Honey, when you do things for the love and you do things for free, people don't respect it. It's the law of reciprocity. They put their necks out there and it got chopped off. And so let's go into the situation that happened with them. I think it's really a sad story when you think about it. But they're going to be here next week to give an update in what's been happening, because, recently, I went on AT2 and I talked about the fact that, our brother O'Shea Duke is really like kind of going at them real hard. For what reason? I don't know. But honey, he said, I'm going to stop at nothing. I'm like, why? Why? But, so let's get into it. Let's go.
You guys seen the title of the video. You guys saw what we're going to talk about and what we're going to be responding to. It's unfortunate that we have to speak about this and we have to use our platform for this purpose. It's been our hope and our journey throughout this entire journey of us coming to the continent of Africa for us to connect with our people and for us to really link arms with the movers and shakers over here on the continent of Africa. So we were in the mind frame of we could just have conversations and talk with one another and be able to build and have correct dialogue with one another. So, the brother that I mentioned, we've expressed several times on our platform the respect that we've shown for the work that he's done and how he's even inspired me along my journey personally to even start doing something along these lines. So I've been reaching out, trying to, have conversation. There's been instances where I've been reached out to and even shown support as I've been building on my journey. We're going to talk about all of that during this video.
Now, when I mentioned receiving support in the past, this is exactly what I mean. This was a year ago, and he extended the olive branch and donated to my family and I and said that, hey, you guys are inspiring me for the work that you're doing, and I need to get on what you guys are doing. And ironically, this video was about land.
But I just want to say I deeply regret having to have this type of conversation on the platform. I reached out, personally and tried to have man-to-man conversation about what we have to talk about so it didn't have to get to this point. But I was just met with disrespect and really like pushed away from one of the people who claim that they're the leader and have the biggest platform over here. So, it's unfortunate that we have to talk about this, but this is what we have to do. Anything you want to say?
It was unfortunate that somebody that because we watched Kinganda, before we came here, we drew a lot of inspiration from his content when he was, talking about the repatriation and stuff, going back to Africa. So it's unfortunate, and he said himself in the video where he slandered us that, like he's the leader in the repat YouTube space. So we just expected him as a leader to really take his role seriously and make sure that he's doing his due diligence and that the information he's presenting to the community at large is accurate.
That's all.
But unfortunately, we didn't get that, and when we tried to share our side of the story or just even to just have a conversation, we were told, no, this is as far this is what he said, this is as far as we want to talk.
I said, man, can I talk to you man to man? He said, this is as man as it gonna get, as he's on his live just bashing me, not even having a real conversation about it. So
and he has our information, so he knows how to contact us. So.
And before we go any further, I want to mention one more thing. There's a lot of unfortunately broken sisters within our society and within our within our ethnic group, so to say, and some of our women haven't seen a man share their platform with their wife, and a man really boast someone up and really stand strong beside a woman and big up a black woman and share what they're doing with their woman. So some women, a lot of women, unfortunately, they feel that they can disrespect my wife because we're sharing this platform that we've built together. If you guys are doing proper research and understand what we're building over here, if you check our About Me page, I mentioned how I'm building this and I share this platform with my wife. I'm the type of man that share with my wife, and I don't mind giving my wife and my woman a platform. Unfortunately, a lot of our women have.
Man, so first of all, one big mistake that I believe that O'Shea is doing is he's labeling them to be Hebrew Israelites. They're not Hebrew Israelites. That's number one. They did go to a church that talked about black people being Hebrew Israelites, but when I talked to them directly, which they're going to be coming to my channel next week, they are not Hebrew Israelites. But when you see O'Shea Duke talk about these people, these young men and women, he say, well, they're Hebrew Israelites. They're not Hebrew Israelites. So let's get that under thing first. But like the way that he kind of like on some like, well, listen, I ain't gotta like talk to you and this, that, the other. O'Shea could get kind of hood on you for whatever reason. And it's like, well, bro, can't you have a normal because sometimes he seemed like he could be a reasonable, the way he comes across as a presenter, you would think that he'd be reasonable, but there's other times where he comes off hood and ghetto. It's like, what for what reason? Why can't everybody work together in Africa? We have enough trouble over here. Why can't you embrace and just chill out, bro? It don't have to be you got only one person in Africa doing something. Y'all could all work together. What is the problem?
And felt this type of love, and they have a lot of bitterness within their heart. So they portray that and spew negativity and hatred because they haven't experienced something along these lines. So they want to try and tear what we're doing down and try to mess up what we're building, but it's not possible because we have a strong unit and we working together in this thing. So stop disrespecting my wife because you're a bitter woman, a woman that haven't felt love and haven't got admiration before. That's not cool, especially if you're older than us. Like, there's ways that we can communicate with one another so that we can have dialogue and get proper understanding about what's going on. But I'm not going to tolerate disrespect to my wife. If I'm giving her the platform, if I'm sharing with her, this is what we've built.
Right. And
I want to also say this is that, you know what, I this is a beautiful thing to see two people coming together, able to make things happen. So let's see what happens when they try to challenge them on, like, somebody spent $25 and donated to them for an orphanage, right? Now these people are doing, they didn't just go over to Africa and just live in Africa. They're doing work over there. This young lady has an herbal thing. He does real estate. They're doing things over there. But everybody's trying to hate on them for what reason I don't know. And I know these guys. I talk to them every day.
Us for helping them get their house built.
There you go.
So this is them breaking ground for the orphanage. Somebody spent $25 and was like, that they didn't they just took my $25 and they didn't even do nothing, honey. And then you'll see later on the images of the orphanage. You'll see them when they got done doing everything. Here's the orphanage and everything they did and everything.
Mungu ibariki Yoko. Mungu Tanzania hapa ni jiko letu kama unavyoiona.
You'll see the person thanking them for doing whatever, making the orphanage. Like they got receipts for everything. Anybody that's saying they didn't do this and didn't do that, they have receipts.
Hello. Thank you, Team 3. I received money. Thank you. God bless you.
People saying that they didn't send them the money. You know, just a bunch of bullshit, y'all. Could you imagine?
Mungu ibariki Tanzania.
Listen, could you imagine? You have the best. These are young people in their 30s. Could you imagine? And it's older people doing this, y'all. It's people in their 60s and everything being the biggest of a-holes to these young people. And I think it's out of jealousy, bro. I think it's out of jealousy and hatred and vitriol. But I just wanted to just bring this up, show a little bit of this. Please, if you get a chance, go watch the rest of this. I'm going to put it into the chat. Go watch the rest. Go support their channel. Watch the rest of this video on their channel. Because I think it's messed up how they're being portrayed, you know, and they break the whole thing down. What money went where, who said what, you know, they're very thorough and surgical with it. People lying about what they've done, and they're, you know, it's crazy. They're saying he's unscrupulous, he's this and that, but they got information otherwise. Let's go.
Did not produce. Point blank period. They haven't produced any evidence, but they're still talking. And on top of that, while I was on King Gunda's live stream, as he was slandering me, I was attempting to let him know, like, hey, brother, I'm multi-talented. I have many gifts. You don't understand what you're talking about. Let us talk man to man. This is the response that the crazy Jamaicans were typing under the comments. Hey, in the midst of this negativity, though, I want to take the time to show some of my people some love who was actually in the comment section trying to say, like, hey, you tripping, man. Check out my people right here that was actually letting him know, like, hey, I think you got the wrong thing. You need to talk to him yourself and not do it this way. I appreciate y'all, man, for real. And this the craziest part. This woman got the nerve to ask this man to keep his foot on my neck, all because she ain't got no neck. She over there chilling in her land, necklace that we got for her. And this is what she's sitting at home saying to me. And also, two of our other elders within the community from Teo Ministries conducted independent research and came up with their own conclusion and produced two great videos talking about the matter and the foolish moves that the foolish Jamaicans are making. First one is titled The Sabotage of Marcus Garvey and Modern Movements, and the second one is called The Obvious Lies of Kelly Richardson. Now, these are real elders who've done their research, and you should look at their videos to understand what's truly going on.
And you know, it's very important that we take the elders, people like the true elders, word seriously, because even you mentioned that you ready to crash out behind elders, you know. So we all in agreement that we respect our elders, and we do too as well. Yeah. Regardless if people try to lie and say, you know, we're taking advantage of elderly people, that has yet to be proven, and it's not going to be proven because it's a lie. You can't prove a lie.
Man. And then, you know, rightfully so, you feel this way about hearing someone is doing something to an elder. Like, I would be mad too if I heard what these people lying on me and saying. Like, if somebody came to me and said this was happening, I would be pissed too. But the difference for me is I would go and call that person and be like, hey man, what is this? Like, give me more details. I would call that person. That was me personally though. You know, I know you mentioned where you from the West Coast. On the South, where I'm from, we call and have conversations man to man.
And the East Coast, where I come from, New York, we handle stuff face to face.
Yeah.
We real. We don't do this type of stuff.
Yeah, I hate I got
Right. So when I heard bad things about them, I went ahead and called them and found out the truth. You know, I talked to them, and you know what I found out? That it wasn't what people thought it was.
Like everything we're saying, you're like, no, this is it. I don't have no proof, but I don't care. This is what I'm gonna think. Like, that's so ignorant. That's such an ignorant mindset. The fact that he said that, I was like, you sure? Like, are you sure you wanna crash out? You wanna crash out behind that? You wanna open up your mouth, put your foot in your mouth, and say that we wasn't doing real estate? You don't even know us. Man. Like, you literally don't even know us, because if you knew it.
Yes, he is doing real estate. She's doing herbs. She actually got awarded for doing herbs in Africa and helping out the community. He works as a real estate agent, you know, because he used to work at Remax. But all this is all because what happened is he went viral for a video where the little baby right here, he gave little baby a popsicle, and the baby was hungry and was like and wanted more of the popsicle, and that's how they kind of like, you know what I'm saying, they got like viral, and so they were able to take that money and do what they wanted to always do, and they took their money and they went over to Africa. They bought land. They did what a lot of people wish they could do, and people are jealous, to be quite honest, in my mind.
Hello, everybody. It's Tim Ford from Tennessee, just checking in on day 6 to let y'all know I read my scripts, got that down. Decided to go out and do a little extra driving for dollars. 255 deals in the works. I'm in the Hall of Fame. Day 10, people. Got the prop stream ready. Download that. Get on my cold calls for a second and make something happen. Day 11, I got up early, so it's too early to be making phone calls. So I did some driving for dollars, and I got a lead on the property. I'm gonna go check it out and see what's going on. Day 11.
So they're showing that before they were even in Africa, that he was into the real estate market. He was driving for dollars. It's like finding wholesale properties. And then, you put that under contract and you find a buyer, and then you get to make money off of that. It's called driving for dollars. That's a normal thing in real estate. It's called that's wholesaling. So he's showing right there that he was into the real estate.
Day 13, I got my first piece of land under contract for $7,000. Day 13 now. It's getting real.
Right. So so people back during that time were doing subject to owner finance, stuff like that. Find a house, the thing look a little bit messed up or whatever. You find out who the owner is, and then you put it under contract. You get like an investor to come and fix it up, and then you make the money on it's called wholesaling. So that's not a scam thing to do. It's something that people do in real estate investing. And trust me, I already know what that is.
As a result of me networking on day 14 and day 15, here it is day 18, and I've just signed my joint venture agreement to partner with my mentor to get this land taken care of so we can make this move, win this deal. 15, I went to my second RIA meeting last night. I made some great connections, got some great ideas, gonna implement some of those things and possibly get this deal sold before the weekend out and find another meeting to go to today. But until then,
so they're breaking the whole thing down about how we got into real estate. That people are lying, saying that he didn't get into real estate. He's showing his whole thing, how he got into real estate. So anyone saying he's not in real estate is a lie. Okay.
Student loans are the second largest debt.
So he used the false accusations that was sent his way to go on his platform and say that I was using real estate as a means to try to siphon money from my own people, as if I didn't know what I was doing, as if I was playing a game, as if I was trying to take their money and not get them land or something. And truthfully, the fact that I even started this project, I've lost a lot more than I could have gained if I would have went in another direction with what I could have did with real estate. Like, I've lost so much time, effort, and energy and money from going out to help these people get land.
Ungrateful people.
This is the thanks we get for going to help these people get land. I'm very talented, bro. I could have been doing videos on many different things about real estate, but I decided to use my talents and my gifts to help my people get land with me as we're building.
And they have land.
Have land.
Nobody can prove otherwise. Haven't been able to and not going to be able to.
Exactly. He also tried to mention the fact that we so-called have open cases that are open here in Tanzania right now. But the truth of the matter is, with those cases that are in place, what happened was there were some people online slandering us, like what happened with you, and they were trying to defame what we're doing and lie on what we have going on.
So I'm just want to clearly explain what happened, because he doesn't have any context. He's just throwing random statements out there without any knowledge of what actually is going on. These lawsuits were started by us. That's what people fail to realize. What happened was, in a nutshell, and again, we're going to reference Teo's video. He does a full breakdown of the full story of what actually happened. But in a nutshell, what happened was, it was a Jamaican couple who purchased land in our village. They're still there to this day. They have 4.5 acres. They have their homestead. They have their home. They have their title deeds. Their land is on the survey. They have everything.
So he helped them to get a homestead, get a title loan, get property, over 4 acres of property. And how they repay these people back is to then talk mess to anybody else trying to come on the property and get other property within that 78 acres they already got. That's how this guy thanked them. Chopping down their signs, all type of just disrespectful mess.
Even do videos on their own channel showing their farm and everything. These people became jealous of us They started a lie against us initially, and when we exposed a lie, from that point she vowed to us that she's going to stand in the gap. That's what she told us. She's going to stand in the gap against us, and she's going to make sure that we fall. And since then, she's been gathering up all of our investors. She goes and makes her YouTube videos. All of the investors who are, naive and foolish enough to go over there and listen to them before they even got to the continent, they're just in America listening to these videos, getting hyped up, thinking that, oh, we're doing something nefarious. When really, these people are really agents, and they're here to tear down what we're doing and siphon off our clients. All of our clients that are together, remind you, this is one group of people who's doing this. Yeah. This is the Jamaicans and all of their minions who they gather up with them. Yeah. Same group of people. They go from platform to platform to platform, trying to get people to slander us. And so when we disproved that they were all lying, they all became very embarrassed, and now they're hell-bent on not letting it go. They want to just keep it going. They want to see if other people will get involved. Other people will pick up their case and try to say that we're scamming them when it's already been proved that they were lying and that there was no scam at all. There is no scam. And so these group of people, I guess they made their way to this platform, and now you took the bait, unfortunately, and now you're doing the dirty work for them. And that's very unfortunate because now you guys are going to have to fall to the same pit together. And when you didn't have to do that, you didn't have to get involved into something that you don't even know about. You didn't even bother to do any research, but you sat there for 2 hours and ranted and raved about what we tried to mediate with this group of people.
2023 as communicated by Ward Executive on the 9th of January 2025. We hereby retract the demand of the property, reason being our clients have received the property.
So basically, to sum this whole letter up in a nutshell, the lawyer that they hired, after going through all of the evidence, had no choice but to admit that the land had always been there, and it had been there since it was originally purchased back in 2023. He got to go through all the documents, speak to all of the officials involved, visit the land himself, talk to the surveyor and everything. And he had no choice but to admit that. And they sent us over this letter retracting everything. And that was the conclusion of the matter.
As you guys saw, one of the other claims that's being mentioned is we are showing people the same land, and there isn't land out here for different individuals.
The same plot over and over again.
So we have another piece of evidence showing you guys that we've already been through this, and we've already shown that there's land for each individual, and we've been communicating with our community the entire time, but some people are just choosing to try and tear down what we're doing.
Yes, because they don't want to admit that they're wrong. They've already, gone out on public platforms and put themselves out there saying that we're scamming, so they have to just continue on with that. Like, they don't want to let it go. They don't want to
humbly admit
to the public, like, hey, I was wrong. So they have to just keep coming up with these different lies and sending out these different, emails to different people trying to muster them up. And they know that you guys are so simple that you guys aren't even going to do passes. You guys aren't even going to do the research to see if it's true or not. So they can easily tell lies.
It's very sad, but we're going to take you guys to this land so y'all can see, and the corresponding emails and communication that we've sent, letting people know, like, hey, this is your land. This is your...
Man, look at this. Look at the title. Why we regret helping some of our people in Africa. This is sad. But listen, I'm going to post the actual link to that video into the chat here. I just wanted to show y'all a little bit of it. Go ahead and watch that whole video. Go check it out, because that's the video right there. Go ahead and watch it. It's right there. Just go ahead and check it out. I'll probably come a little bit later on and cover some more of it. But this is disheartening for me to like see how negative people can be when people are trying to help and trying to like Social Security is about to be gone. And when you have a young couple trying to bring people over and to help them to be able to retire and have like a place to live the rest of their lives at for a small amount of money a month, you have your own land, even though people say, oh, well, you can't own land in Tanzania. Well, guess what? There are caveats to that, but if you don't take the time to figure out what the caveats are, then you'll never know, right? And you don't really own shit over here either. So I don't know why people, first of all, O'Shea Duke is in Africa. So I don't understand what the problem is. Anyways, guys, let me go ahead and take care of my business. I hope that you guys check them out. Please check out this live stream so you can see the rest of this conversation and situation. Peace, guys.
Just when I thought I couldn't find my way out, I searched the God in me to find my way out. I know it can seem way out, but the Creator flows to and through me from way out. I'm talking way out, yeah. See if you believe in the God in you, it's a better place.